When it comes to family vacations, there are a million different trips you can take. You can get your own trip to Texas. Or if you prefer a vacation from your family, you can always get your own leave the kids with grandma trip to Texas. So go to traveltexas.com/get-your-own for the only trip to Texas that matters. Yours.
Why take one vacation with the family when you could take all of them? With Royal Caribbean, you don't just go to the beach. You visit a private island and race down the tallest water slide in North America. You don't just go for a road trip. You ATV and zip line through the jungle. You don't just go somewhere new. You rappel down waterfalls and discover ancient temples. Because this isn't just any vacation. This is all the vacations. Come seek the Royal Caribbean. Ships Registry, Bahamas.
Hi, I'm Zoe.
And I'm Mark.
And this is our Meet Cute.
Falling in love is funny. It's weird, awkward, happy, or sad. It's a vibe. Where if you know, you know. Or do you? More than anything, it's personal and all around us. Inspired by true events and performed by real actors, Meet Cute presents When I Met You. I was on the platform one day waiting for my train to work when suddenly this new commuter walked down the platform. I knew I hadn't seen him before because I thought, oh my goodness, he's so handsome. He's not like the other guys that ride on my train.
I moved to Hitchin because I got a new job in London, and I don't know whether the first day I saw you was my first day of work or...
For me, it was that kind of thunderbolt moment. Quite a meet cute thing.
We were getting on the same train, in the same carriage, and she was an attractive woman, but I had a girlfriend.
We'd been commuting for about a year when I gave him the note.
I remember that day. The train was packed. It was busy. And you were sitting opposite me, and I remember Zoe got up and she said, excuse me, do you mind if I give you this? And I was a bit perplexed. I didn't know, what was going on, and the note was folded up, and Zoe raced away, and I was sitting with my back against the window when I read it. There were lots of people around. I didn't want anyone else to read it, so I hid it. I remember thinking it was an incredibly brave thing for her to do, and I was flattered. And then I thought, well, what do I do about this? I have a girlfriend.
How do I let her down gently?
I could see other people in the carriage looking at me thinking, what's going on here?
I was so terrified that I just bombed down the train trying to get away. I didn't want to be there for a second longer. Obviously, giving him the note was something I'd built up to do, but I was afraid of being rejected and embarrassed with my fellow commuters guessing what I'd done. I got out of there as quickly as I could. From the minute I first saw Mark, I could see us together in the future. He looked like a nice soul. In my dream world, he was the kind of guy I wanted to marry and have kids with. But I suspected the reality would be he's out of my league or he's got a girlfriend. All these things that talked me out of doing it. That's why it took me a year to give him the note. I'd been on a few dates. They were always kind of disappointing. I always thought, I don't like this guy the way I fancy Train Man. After a year, a friend who had just lost her mum said to me, Zoe, what's the worst that could happen? Life's too short. Ask him out. I thought, ask him out. I thought, yeah, what is the worst that could happen? That's when I got the idea to write a note, because I thought, I'm never going to just strike up a conversation on a silent carriage.
You wrote the note on your birthday, didn't you?
I did.
We've got the note somewhere. It says, it's my birthday, and I should do something brave.
My friend who just lost her mum was heartbroken. I thought, why am I making such a fuss? This isn't life or death. If he rejects me, it's not the end of the world. My birthday was coming up, May 14th, and I thought, that's what I can do. That's my in. Everyone should do something a bit brave on their birthday. It was my 28th birthday. I kept walking past him on the train and absolutely bottling it, losing courage at the last minute. It was 11 days after my birthday that I actually gave him the note.
I sent her a nice email that evening saying, thanks, but I had a girlfriend. Then, another year later, having broken up with my girlfriend, I reached out to Zoë. We went to the pub. Our first date was easy and free-flowing. We had loads of things in common. We talked about music and travel. We'd both recently been to Peru.
Mark hadn't ever been on a first date since he'd dated his previous girlfriend since school. The date carried on. We spent the Sunday together, and then we got the train together on Monday morning. That was our first commute together. Mark had his hand on my back. It felt from then on that we'd be riding this train together forever.
We got engaged in Australia on a train.
We went traveling for a whole year in 2008. Every time we met people, they'd ask how we got together. People would say, that sounds like a novel. And I'd say, that does sound like a novel. So I fictionalized it and turned it into a book, The Note. My novel has really resonated with people. Loads of people have a commuter crush. I have messages from people all around the world saying how our story inspired them to do a similar thing. Often, it's ended with good results. Sometimes it hasn't. But everyone who made that move was glad they made it. That's certainly how I felt when I handed him the note. And I was rejected, just like with my publishing journey. Obviously, I respected Mark's rejection, but I had faith to keep going. It turned out well in the end.
Our respect for each other continues to grow. I never imagined this is what marriage would be.
We've built a home, we're growing together, we're growing our family, and as our boys grow, we see different sides of each other. I'm happy to get old with you.
Me too.
Hi, I'm Zoë.
And I'm Mark. And
this is our Meet Cute.
When you visit a state as big and diverse as Texas, there are a million different trips you can take. Let's say you've got an appetite for whitewater kayaking. You can get your own, so this is why they call it Devil's River, trip to Texas. Or maybe you have an actual appetite. I'll take a pound of brisket, 6 ribs, 3 links of sausage, and a piece of pecan pie. Trip to Texas. Go to traveltexas.com/get-your-own for the only trip to Texas that matters. Yours.
Why take one vacation with the family when you could take all of them? With Royal Caribbean, you don't just go to the beach. You visit a private island and race down the tallest water slide in North America. You don't just go for a road trip. You ATV and zip line through the jungle. You don't just go somewhere new. You rappel down waterfalls and discover ancient temples. Because this isn't just any vacation. This is all the vacations. Come seek the Royal Caribbean. Ships Registry, Bahamas.